So, welcome everybody to the podcast, Hope for Stroke Survivors. Thank you for having me, Fat. My name is Brisa Alfaro. I'm with the Pinky Moves podcast and Pinky Moves project. So, a lot of people have heard of my story, and it's all it is. I'm a stroke survivor as well. I had locked-in syndrome, and the reason that I call my brand Pinky Moves is because that was my first movement. But we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about JC Pride. And I'm sure you guys have heard of him, and I'm sure you guys have seen his posts and comments and his the way that he motivates us. And I mean, I me personally, you light me up. When I hear you speak and I hear you going out there, I see you going out there and just doing it anyways. And regardless of what people think, what people say, what people's opinions are, you stay true to who you are. And I love that about you. So, JC, welcome to Hope for
I
Stroke Survivors.
thank you very much for that. I just heard this quote a while ago and it really made me think. It's like the light exists within the darkness. And that really, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Light only, dark only exists with light. And I thought about it on a grander scale. Like, think about the universe. The universe is complete ultimate darkness. And then there are flickers of light. So I'm like, we need to actually be the light in this dark, murky, sad world at the moment.
Yes, we do. We do. And I feel like when we do focus on the light, we attract more light. And I think
Mm.
that that's huge for you to know that so, I mean, effortlessly, because that that is a fact. Like, if we want more good to come to us, we have to focus on the good. We have to focus on the light and not on the dark situation that we're living in or what we're going through, or focus on where you want to go and you will go there. So, JC, I know you have so much to talk about, and there's so many stories. I mean, we spoke a little bit last night, and I loved talking to you.
Yep.
Um,
Thank you for getting
there,
out so early too.
no problem. For some reason, I just woke up from my dead of sleep. It was like 2 in the morning.
Hey!
Yeah. And I said, you know what? For some reason, I felt like I needed to check my messages. And I'm so glad that I did, because I saw that you had messaged, and that's when I just decided to call you. And we got everything situated. And it's funny because a lot of times we think that we can't accomplish things, and it's in our minds because we're thinking, well, we're stroke survivors, who are we to do the things that we, aspire to become and do whatever. Well,
And
the three of us, between you and me and Fat, like, we're figuring this out, and all of us have a brain injury.
if
We're
I just think about the funny thing you discussed last night. They were all time challenged,
Yeah,
and
all of
all
us.
us trying to work to this time zone difference. I'm like, honestly, it was a shit show.
Oh yeah, we're all trying to figure it out. I mean, I am 11 years post stroke, and I just
Mm.
barely this year remembered what year we're currently living in. I still struggle with numbers. So the fact that all three of us, we're struggling through our deficits, but together we can create something amazing. And that's why we're here.
Kind of like a disabled transformer.
That's it. That's it. More than meets the eye. I love
Exactly.
it.
I forgot about that tagline. I
Right?
love it. I actually had
Okay.
this thought last night after we got off the phone. We're talking about people bringing up excuses, and I just thought about, I'm like, the only people that really I find fall back on excuses are able-bodied people. People with
Mm,
disabilities, they never have excuses. Like, gotta get shit done, gotta do it one way or another.
right, right. Well, you know what? We were that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, a little bit. But your voice isn't. Yeah, I can hear you. Right? I know. That's quite interesting 'cause I don't actually like to share either as a drug problem, and I don't like to share that because people, as soon as I hear I have a drug problem, they want to put on their doctor caps. I'm like, oh, so you had a stroke, obviously, because I'm like, no, actually, you stop making assumptions, you make an asshole of yourself. But anyway, my stroke was formed in my brain in AVM, which is an arteriovenous malformation at birth, and then ruptured. And from what I actually know, it has, and this is a word that I trip on sometimes, it has an accumulation of 4% each year of rupturing. So by the age of 25, which was when I had my stroke, I didn't realize, but I was 100% chance of having a stroke, which is why I definitely think we need to normalize more elective brain scans. No, I have a lot of vertigo and a lot of issues, like ironically with coordination and balance at times, even though I was a gymnast, I had a lot of issues with that. Yeah, I would do like a full-on tumbling salt after salt, and I'd walk away and trip over. Like I was that kind of bitch. Oh yeah, a balance, anything coordination balance that because in my left cerebellum, which to my knowledge is the main controller of coordination balance. So the way I explain coordination, it relates to everything. It's like this coordination, how we move is like a fluid movement like that. It used to be like a move like I was doing the robot all the time, but uncoordinatedly. Oh, where'd you go?
No, I think I lost you.
Oh, it's alright. Your voice is
Can
still there. You didn't
can you?
lose me. If actually we lost you.
Ah, there you
There you
are.
go.
Oh my
But yeah, anyway,
goodness.
so another version of coordination, like, so if we take a standard glass and a wine glass, it's like instantly our brain knows the amount of pressure to apply on each of those different thicknesses of glass. I didn't have that. Like, I broke a lot of stuff. I cut myself a lot of glass. I would hit things, I would jab things. I feel like I punch myself in the face almost every day because of that. It's like, but these are just small things in coordination. We don't realize that the brain is
No,
super impressive.
yeah, I'm glad you're talking about that. That is a common thing that all of us go through, and I think sometimes we think we're the only one when we're going through
Mm.
that. You know what I mean? Like, it might not be to that degree. Like everybody's is different. I mean, everybody will always say that, but coordination and depth perception,
Yeah,
things like that. Yeah, and all of us kind of go through that, but no one really talks about it. I
it's
think
because when
amongst
we were in
ourselves.
trauma, we tend to isolate ourselves. We tend to,
Yeah.
and we're like, no one understands this. And then that thought is even more isolating itself. So it's like, think about any physical action, it's influenced by unforeseen thoughts. I'm like, you thinking that you're alone makes you want to be alone, which makes you alone. It's a self fulfilling prophecy.
Mm, that's so true. That's so good. It is. It's what you think about, you bring about. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm like, we've known that saying what's the from ages ago, it's like life's what you make it. Like it
Mhm.
really is. Like you get, and
Mhm.
I'm big on energy. I'm
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
you and balance when you get what you give. If you
Yeah.
don't, you get a lot of people these days want to get everything with minimal effort. I'm like, I'm sorry, that's not how it works.
Mm-mm. No.
Like
So
even
would you
people that
say
have,
that? Sorry. Go ahead.
oh no, you're gone.
I was gonna say, would you say that you attribute, like, your recovery to that mindset?
If I'm extremely honest, there's one thing that I can never quite understand. I have this period of 3 months where I have pre and post traumatic amnesia, and I cannot quite understand any of it because I just came out of this a completely different person with this
Yeah,
new thirst for life. So I reckon something occurred in that state that I don't remember.
yeah, yeah. I think that happens to a lot of us. A lot of us, I think we take life for granted, and then we get a wake-up call, and we have to do something with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible.
And saying that, I read a thing a while ago that says life is the ultimate school. And I love that 'cause, like, I think that is so
Mhm,
true. I think honestly, I'm like, if you think about it, suffering is exclusive to the living.
mhm,
Like I think living is really a mindset. And I
mhm.
think as long you don't need a body to have a mind and a
Right.
spirit. And like
Mm,
and I'm very into the pseudoscience, which is
mhm,
quite crazy, really, because I have no understanding of legitimate science.
mhm. It's okay though. I think what everything that you're saying resonates so much, and I think that people need to hear it because it is true. What you think about, what you bring about, and your state really dictates, like your mindset dictates on your thirst for recovery, right? So if you believe that this is good as it's going to get, you're right. But if you also believe that there is more for you out there, you're also right. So which one are you going to choose? It's easier to sit back and say, these are the cards that are dealt to me, and this is my life now. Right. Well,
I'm like, you
mm, mm,
second option is you generally forfeit all the responsibilities, and you're left with a point where you can't actually make real changes in your life. So that's like, you choose it or it chooses you.
yeah, yeah. So speaking of changes, so how did you start incorporating the small changes that started building to who you are now? Like who you were when you were in the hospital bed to who you are now. What did you do for everybody that's listening? Like, and they're in the
Not
place of like,
the
what next? What do I do next? What would
the
you
question
what would
kind
you
of
tell
gives me
them?
goosebumps just going back on that
Mm,
universe. So for me, in my head, I was like thinking initially about me, obviously, and where I am, and then just there was one point where I just thought about someone else just going through this, and it just made me so sad. It made me so sad because I'm like, there's nothing I can do to help me right now except just go on. I'm like, but I can create a long term plan for this started nearly 8 years ago. I'm like, to literally help people and lead by example.
mhm. You had a purpose.
Yeah, like, and
Mhm,
that's why I often dispute the version between the difference between passion and purpose. My
mhm,
passions are often fleeting. passion is like dogs. When they want to catch a bird, they're passionate as hell. They're blessed with short-term memories. They don't remember they didn't kill
Yeah.
that bird. Whereas purpose, that is a lifetime. It's like you
Yes.
will commit your life to your purpose. You won't commit your life to a passion.
Right, right. No, I believe that wholeheartedly. I kind of see that purpose and passion. It's kind of the same. Like, if you decide that you are going to go to a new spot, like let's say a new mall or a shopping mall opened up, and you want to go there. Your
Yeah.
your purpose is to go there and check it out. And I think a lot of times if we look at it from the perspective of like, well, we got to put it in our GPS. Our GPS will tell us how to get there, but unless we get up and actually get in the car and drive over there, nothing's going to change. We could want to
Mm.
go to that mall, we can want it all day long, but until we take the action that we need to take to get to the goals that we want, we won't receive them. So I see you as being purposeful in in that regard. Like you wanted what you wanted and you went out there and you did it. You didn't just like dream about it, like hopefully I recover. You actually went out there and did what you had to do.
See,
Did
this
the
is
small
someone
steps.
I'm all about the mindset. So I'm like, this is small change I made in the mindset. I'm like, I don't want this. I don't want it. I'm like, I need this. I need this to come
Mm,
to fruition. I need to stop this pain. Like, wanting something creates kind of an option for, I want it, but all people want things they don't get. So it's like,
you almost
whereas if you
expected it.
need something, it's it's more a matter of it's gonna happen.
It's
I
gonna
need
happen.
this to happen, so I'm gonna make it happen. Whereas if I want this to happen, it's like often that just kind of the mindset behind that is daydreaming.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
suppose there's
What
more of an I'm thinking about this in real time. There's more of an actionable, I guess, trait to needing something. And wanting something is just words. So it's kind of the whole difference is talk is cheap.
Yeah, yeah. So you basically really had to change your mindset, and focus really on what you wanted, and you took the steps to get there. And I think that that's where a lot of us fall short, where we really want it, but we're kind of in this place of like, well, it's uncomfortable, and sometimes we lose momentum, and all of us will go up and down, you know, having momentum and then getting discouraged
Mm.
and getting it back on the ball again. But if you keep your eye on the prize, basically what I'm hearing you say is like you kept your eye on the prize and you're just like, I'm not stopping. I'm going to keep going. And
I'm
you
not
found
putting my
yourself.
heart on the feeling.
Oh,
Like,
yes,
cause
yes.
I'm not about quantifiable things, I'm about feelings. I'm like,
Yeah.
I I feel colors. I can feel colors. I'm like, and with
Oh,
this
that's beautiful.
wanting to
Mm.
change people, it's a weird kind of lilac, empathetic, kind of a warm and wholesome color. And I'm like, it's a color that I'm like, I need the world to see. I need people
Oh,
to
that's
embrace.
beautiful.
I'm like, I need them to share this color.
Yeah, I love that. I really do, and I see that for you. I see that when you
It's
speak.
weird because I didn't have that before my stroke.
Really.
There were actually a lot of things that I could do before my stroke that I can do now, like, but I think the difference is I was in a place where I felt like I needed to try. So I think now I'm like,
Mm,
having a disability, it actually is showing you that, like, okay, well, the old version of you wasn't working. Let's try something new. Let's try
mm,
something unprecise.
wow. Yeah, I feel like sometimes our stroke, I view it for me personally, I feel like it happened for me and not to me. I feel like it made me
Yeah,
a better person, better human, more empathetic person. Like I see the world differently now. And I think that
yes.
if we choose to focus on our gifts more than what's not going right in our lives, we attract more gifts and more good. And it sounds like that's kind of how you've been living your recovery since
Yeah, well,
it's happened.
past over the past 3 years, sorry, since I moved to LA and then I left my ex, I had to figure out how to do everything on my own, which was terrifying because I didn't actually know if I could do it. I then
Mhm.
continued over 2 years to move over 12 times because we were in a
Wow.
housing crisis. And I just think back to that. I'm like, why didn't I know I could have gone back to my partner. I could have lived there, but it's like that seemed like it seemed like the the kind of you're almost entertaining suffering by trying to avoid choosing it. Like so, I
Oh,
was just
yeah.
avoidant, but there was always something. No matter how hard I got, 2024, I probably averaged about 2 bottles of wine a night. I was a complete drunk, and I'm like, I showed up, I posted the years every day. I did everything I said I was going to do still. So I'm just like, that's what kept me grounded. I'm like, now I'm sober and doing really good. It's like, but if I didn't create those traits, like sometimes be a better version of yourself, you have to prove it to yourself. And I'm just
Mhm.
listening to this podcast about habits and it's saying, and it makes a lot of sense to create a new habit. We have to meld it with our identity of ourselves. Like it makes sense. Like if you see yourself as you want to start running, you start to see yourself as a runner. You'll go running more.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah,
if
yeah.
you're not seeing yourself that way, it's like, oh, I you see it as like a task.
Mhm. You're not gonna wanna do it. Yeah,
Nah, like, oh, there's this other saying, like, honestly, Brisa, like quotes, I get literally spam quotes all day.
I
So
love that.
what are we just talking about? I can spout them, but my memory is not good. What are we
You join
just
the
talking
club.
about?
Join the club. This is the perfect
I'm
place to be
actually
talking about
another
that.
person with memory issue. Usually, yeah, usually it's just me.
No, it's not just you.
I can
You
feel
are
myself going red now. That's
you are
so
among
funny.
a bunch of friends that we all understand because we feel it too. Although there are some people that struggle with long-term memory issues or
Yeah.
short-term memory, but most of us, share that common.
Mm.
Yeah, short-term memory is fun.
Well, it's
Yeah.
funny because like I stay pretty isolated in my recovery because like we all do, I thought no one
Mhm.
to understand. I've got to work for if I want to actually get to this. I've got to work for it. I've got to actually
Mhm.
put in the time and the effort. So for 4.5 years, I think almost every day I did 11 hours of therapy.
Wow.
And it was exhausting, and I got to this point before I left my ex and all this, I'm just like, I'm absolutely miserable. Like, what is the point
Mm,
in working towards a life that I don't want to live? Like, that's
mm.
when there were a few things I was trying to do and wanting to entertain. That's where I kind of just gave up on all those things. I'm like, these weren't things I wanted. These what
Yeah.
society wanted.
Exactly. I think when we switch our focus, that's when everything changes for us. When we
Yeah.
realize we're doing this for ourselves, not for everybody else, no one.
Mm,
We're doing it for ourselves. That's when everything starts to change, and that's when our momentum picks up. But when we're doing it for someone else, it almost stalls our recovery
yeah.
because it's not inside. We really, it's not. I don't know. I just feel like the fire that you have when you're trying to do it for yourself, it hits different.
Well,
And
it's
when,
it's your motivation versus someone else's.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, well,
when,
you're doing this and on someone else's motivation, so obviously you don't care as much, and you're not gonna work as hard.
hmm, yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, it's never easy for any of us. It's always a challenge, but I think what what I think how we
Oh,
can you
you're
hear me?
back in sound. You cut out in sound
Oh,
for
did I cut
about
out? I'm sorry.
yeah. So
Um,
start your sentence again. I
I
cannot help
forgot.
because the sound was gone. I saw that look in your eyes. I'm like, oh, this is my life. She had no idea what she was talking. Oh, it's so great though. And honestly, the fact that I'm like, you are multiple times on this, we've forgotten whatever we're talking about, and the fact that we're here laughing about it, it says it all. Like, we're not gonna, we're not going to be. Are you gone
Did
again?
I
We're
lose
not
you?
going to be. Yeah, you
Oh,
back.
jeez. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, my
Ugh,
unit's not your friend type. But anyway,
no.
no matter the pressure and the hardships or whatever that makes in the past made us be inconsequential, we realize it's like laughing our way through that is actually the best thing you can
It's
do.
the
It
best.
also it shows a real strength in character.
Yeah, I think so too. And it lightens the blow. Let's be honest. Like sometimes it's very easy to look at, oops, what did I do? It's very easy to look at all of the things that we're dealing with and how difficult things are. That's very easy. The challenge is naturally looking for the good, and making fun of yourself is not bad. It just lightens the blow. I mean, who wants to focus on the negativity all the time?
Well, our
And
brain actually has a negativity bias, so our brain
mhm,
thinks like that. It is thought like that for survival, but now it's not
mhm,
as necessary.
right. Yep,
But
that's
yeah,
right.
and I'm like literally finding, and I don't know. In the beginning, when you were trying to shift in this perspective, was it so hard for you?
Mhm.
I just found trying to be positive and all that. Like in your misery was almost impossible. It's like I'm miserable, I can't move, my body doesn't work, I'm sad, I'm currently crapping on myself as a grown man,
Yeah,
which is
yeah, yeah.
great fun. I'm like, I can't eat, I can't speak, I can't do anything. It's like, but
Mhm.
finding a way to be positive in that, it says a lot. And I'm like, and it's extremely difficult. It's
It is,
extremely difficult, but I think
but it's
the
possible.
crossover to that is gratitude. Once you realize, like, you're like, I'm lucky to even be alive.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's the game changing mindset. Once you realize how fortunate you are, and especially when you compare to so many people who wouldn't have had that chance in the sheer overwhelming numbers.
Yeah, you're right. And I mean, we hear it all the time. So and so had a stroke and didn't make it, or, for us to make it, there's a purpose for all of us. And
Mm.
and no, it's hard to focus on that when we feel so defeated, but we don't realize we feel defeated because that's all we're focusing on. And
Yeah,
like what you're saying, like you focus on the positivity, the good things that you're still alive. Yeah, you're, you know, in certain situations or whatever, but it doesn't mean that it's always going to be like that, right? So
yeah.
I don't know. I really, really love your attitude and how you come about and how you attract. You can tell people are attracted to you wherever you go. People are just
This
drawn to
is
your
new to me.
energy.
So when people like want to be friends with me, I'm like, who hurt you? how are you seeking more trauma? Because 'Cause I'm used to being in trouble in the past. I'm like, I don't think this is a good move, but whatever. But anyway, I was thinking that when you were talking about finding that positive, it's kind of like, and this is something I've never understood. People that want to be victims in life. I'm like, they want people to feel
Mm,
bad for them. Like, how are you ever supposed to feel good about yourself if everyone's walking around feeling bad for you? It's kind of you
mhm.
are creating that narrative and that
Yeah,
mindset in other
you're, like,
people
confirming
that's
it.
gonna cast the energy to you. And like, so you're creating your future.
Yeah, you're basically confirming it and calling it into
Mm.
existence. Yeah, no, I agree,
Yeah,
I
so where
agree.
your attention goes, your energy goes. So if
Mhm.
you're putting attention on that mindset, then the energy in the universe is gonna reinforce that.
Oh, yeah, totally, and then our mind will play tricks on us and make it up, like, I remember after my stroke, I was very well, even still, I have a lot of, insecurities, right? And if I would meet someone or talk to someone new and they notice I have a tracheotomy, I have a scar on my neck,
Mm,
and they're not even looking at that, they're looking at my eyes, and all I'm thinking is
yeah.
they're probably looking at my scar. They probably hear my throat and the way I speak. They probably think there's something wrong or whatever. They're making up stories in their head. They're not. They're probably I'm speaking to a lady that's thinking what she's gonna make for dinner tonight. But I'm thinking she's
Yeah.
in her head thinking, judging me, and that's not the case. It's not. I think we just
Mm.
make up
I'm
these
like,
stories.
I wonder if those stories actually are reinforced by the past people we were, and we fall into that thought because we know it's like, well, I was able-bodied, not understand that I would have thought that way. I wouldn't like. I know there are a bunch of things, and I'm just like, I literally, hate myself in the past for it because I'm just like, I didn't understand. I made comments, and
Mm,
it, I'm just like, now I think back on a few, like, I remember I made a joke about this guy's walking once before my stroke, and I think about that all the time. It's like I didn't actually realize like what that even could have meant or could have been,
mhm,
and
mhm.
it just makes me feel horrible because I'm like that poor man was actually working really hard and he was upright and all this, and I'm just being a little bitch.
Well, you know what? I think they're lessons. They're lessons that we have to go through, and it helped create and mold who we are today. And I think as stroke survivors and as thrivers, we are out there making things happen and sharing hope to other stroke survivors that it doesn't have to end like this. It doesn't have to be like this. We can change. There's
Well,
always
for me,
possibility.
stroke is a portion of it. Any disability, I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna be a friend. I know how lonely it feels. I know how, and I made a video about this, how literally just like going stores isolate you.
Mhm,
Like, 'cause when I was in a wheelchair, I couldn't get into a lot of places. So I would just have to wait outside. And like, not only are you feeling isolated by what you can't do, who you can be around, like, literally, there are places that society says, no, you can't go. And just like, it
mhm,
makes you
mhm,
feel like shit. So,
mhm,
of
and we
course,
do
you're
that
just
to
like,
ourselves
yeah.
sometimes. Like,
Well, I
we
still do it.
yeah, me too. All of us do, and sometimes to a different degree. You know, so there might be someone that is just recovering from their stroke, maybe a year or two, right? And then they see people like us, and they're like, "Well, I want to be there. How come I'm not there yet?" Well, we've been putting in the years and the work. You'll get there
Yeah.
too. You'll get there too. You just have to keep making. I call them pinky moves because that was the first movement that I physically made was a move.
Mm. Mom, the internet is not your friend today. Today, I'm gonna fucking match it. We'll call this. Oh no, out, completely got it back again. Back, 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 back again.
You can't you can't even make this up, man. I have no idea why.
I'm like,
I
honestly,
hope
I'm like, I said your internet is not your friend today.
no, no. So I'm at my brother's house and he's just moving in. And I said, for
Oh,
the love of
sorry,
God,
that reminds me.
don't
Did you
mess
get
with
in
it.
trouble about the bench?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Oh, so
I
what
did.
actually happened?
So I think that sometimes as a stroke survivor, common sense is not very common. And
Oh, yeah, I can vouch for that.
yeah. So I was trying to take matters into my own hands and help my brother out. And I was trying to bring up a dresser up. It was very light, but I was trying to bring up the dresser up the stairs. And this is his brand new house. And they just went tumbling down and like just ruined his stairs. And he just had
Oh,
them installed.
oh shit! I
So
didn't know it was about the
yeah,
stairs.
yeah. So you know what? Things like that happen all the time. And I think that we as stroke survivors also need to give ourselves grace when we think like thinking back now, I think, okay, that probably wasn't a great idea. I shouldn't have done that. I
Yeah,
should have just waited. But also, like I said, common sense is not very common. So I just try to take matters into my own hands. And I've done things like that before in the past. And I'm sure a lot of us have. A lot of us have done things or said things or and then like in hindsight we think back on it and we're like, why did I say that? Why did I think that? Why did I do that? What
mm.
you know what I mean? But I also think that we need to give ourselves grace. We're
Yeah.
doing the
This is
best that we can.
definitely what I noticed and what you initially said. I was trying to help my brother. I'm like, this is where early on I had to focus on intentions. I
Yeah.
have good intentions, but I
Yeah.
can't do things like so. But I think that's the thing that we're always having to learn is like, even though our intention's good, our limitations are
Yeah.
not news to us. So we need to
Right.
remember that.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I've
Sometimes
definitely
we
done the
forget.
exact same thing. I'm like, I wanted to help. I didn't mean to push a car to the lake.
Yeah. Yeah, no, things like that happen all the time with us. I'm sure we're not the only ones,
Oh
but
no.
I no, and but I think that the difference is a lot of times we focus on that and we stay in that mindset and we start making excuses like, well, don't you know I had a stroke and don't you know I had a brain injury and don't you know I have short-term
Mm.
memory and don't you know like because I would stay in that for a long time before when people would ask me things and would forget and then they would act a certain way with me, I would get very defensive and I would think, well, don't you know I had a stroke and don't you know I have short-term memory? But it's not their responsibility to, you know, carry that. And
Yeah.
honestly, it isn't for us either. I think that
Mm.
I think that it's okay that we don't focus on that. I think that if it ever comes up, that's great, but greet it like a guest passing by.
Yeah.
Like, be nice, like, hey, nice to see you, but we're not going to kick it. We're not going to be best friends. You can come in,
Mm.
but you can also go because I'm trying to be this version of me, not that
Sorry,
one.
I
I'm not
forgot
trying to
what
stay
we
that
were
one.
talking about.
Like trying to be that version of like
That's right.
being
Yeah.
being the version of us like incapable of certain things because of our stroke. We can focus on
Mm.
it. We can always be the victims of it and we can make ourselves the victims of it so to get other people to realize that we didn't do it on purpose and but what is that going to get us? It's going to make them feel bad because they did expect so much of us. It's going to make them feel bad, but at the end of the day, so now two of us are grumpy
Yeah.
because, so
I'm like, that sounds
so
fun.
right. So what's the point of like leaning into the victim mentality? What's the point? Why not lean into what we can do, what is right, what we're focused on? And honestly, I see you do that all the time. I see you make jokes about it. You don't focus on what you can't do or what is difficult for you now. Or, of course, you talk about it because you have to, like I said, it has to be someone coming like a stranger passing through.
Yeah.
Greet it, acknowledge it, but don't stay there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
made a video a while ago. I said I'm a person with a disability, not a disability with a person. Like
Mm,
person, human existence first. Disability is just like a trait, like having curly hair or having crooked teeth. Like, it's
yeah,
just another
yeah.
thing like that. Also, a lot of people don't think about this, but there is actually a disability. My glasses. Glasses. To have glasses is a
That
disability.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because when your eyes aren't working properly, so you need something
That
else to make them work properly. It's like a
I never
walking
thought of it
aid.
that way.
Like
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
literally totally socially accepted. So I'm like, our notion is fully, well, often other people's is fully focused on our disability being our entirety, not
Yeah.
uh just like, I guess if you think about it in terms of, let's say Barbie, like an accessory you clip on, like a nice handbag or shoe.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I honestly I wear it like a superhero cape. And honestly, because I feel like it it helps. Like when people now ask me about my scar, I have a story to tell them and I have a
Yeah,
couple seconds to inspire them. So if
I
there's something that
know.
one of us is struggling with as stroke survivors, and people ask, well, why do you do this like that? Or why do you sound like that? Or why do you have that scar? Well, those were left for a reason, and maybe it's to help inspire other people. And so I honestly don't think that we are disabled. And one of my mentors said he used the restroom in Dubai, and in Dubai they don't have handicap stalls or handicap restrooms.
Yeah,
It says people of what did it? People of determination.
I
And
love
I was like,
that.
me too. I
That's
thought that
so
was
sweet.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good
because
mindset.
that is what we are, right? So
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
like, yeah, we
But
have to do the same thing as you. It's like we have to try like 50 other ways, and then eventually we'll find one way that is like 30 times harder. It's like, but
yeah,
that's our reality. So it is what it is. I think having a disability says a lot more about a person's tenacity and character than just having an able body.
I
I
agree.
honestly, when I had an able body, I was a fucking monster. I'm like,
That's
now
why I
I'm
say
disabled.
it.
I literally care so much. It's actually annoying because this weird empathetic side come out of me. So I'm like, I'll just be around someone who's depressed, and then I will get so depressed. I do
Yeah.
this all the time. Like, I think I spent years. So I was thinking about this actually the other week. So I think we spend years hardening ourselves, like, and I
Mm,
think that happens, and that is not right. So I'm like, my stroke, it reset my brain to me. Back
mm,
to like a very childlike kind of mindset, which I used to see as magical, to be honest.
yeah,
There's more
yeah,
color, there's more potential and possibility, and now I just
yeah.
wanna act a fool, have fun, be cheeky, do some things, get in trouble. It's like, but really just smile the whole damn time.
That's beautiful. So is that kind of what you live by? Is just like live free and happy and like
Yeah,
what
I
would you
see.
say would you attribute your personality to? Like would you say that
My
that's
personality, I'm like, probably I'm like, so I have a lot of different inflections. As you know, I told you I grew up in the States too, except my family is all African American. So
Mhm.
I grew up with them, and then my other family here in Australia, the other half is generally mostly comprised of Aboriginal. So I
Okay.
always have the same like I'm like the black sheep of the family, except I'm white.
I love it. I
But
love
yeah, I
it.
think there's just a lot of different cultural
Yeah.
mindsets that I've
Yeah.
adapted. And I think
Yeah.
I really changed personally about 2.5 years ago when I went to Sri Lanka. I saw
Oh.
how our life is there, how much people struggle, how if what had happened to me happened to people over there, they just die. How
Mm.
people can't eat at times, it really just it made gratitude more of a setting that was internalized rather than a thought I have to remind myself. Like
Mm.
now I don't practice gratitude. I'm just always grateful.
No, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And I think that that's also a great message to leave everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, well, wrap it up soon. Oh, you froze it again. Right at the end. Ah, she's out. She's back. Take four. um,
Wow, I
I
don't
was talking like,
understand.
oh, you're frozen. The amount of time it's like on the phone, someone's phone disconnects, and then they're like, you're just talking to me, and then you're like, oh wait, no one's here.
No one's
It's
there.
like,
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm so
Yeah, and
sorry.
when I
I
was
don't
saying
know
that,
why.
I'm like, yeah, it's good that we're wrapping up because I feel like you probably need a vocal break at the moment, and I need to go eat something. Like my
Yeah,
energy levels are down. I feel like you probably need to not speak and hydrate your. I
both
know
of us. Yeah,
yeah, what part is it exactly that gets
trick.
worse for you?
It's a tracheotomy. It's my trachea. My I
Oh, the
call I
trachea.
I call it my
Okay,
breather. My
yeah.
breather.
I
But
actually am like you can see with mine, I got a resection, so they
oh,
actually had to cut up here because when they do
oh,
the tracheostomy, they actually take the fat out of there. So they say there's a good chance, like once they sew it up, that it could actually just sink in again. So with me, when they did the resection, they took fat from up here, put it here, and then I had this big scar. I used vitamin E cream like religiously for 3 years that was
oh.
healed up really well.
Yeah, you can't barely tell. But anyways, those are our battle wounds,
Yeah,
and
like that's
we earn them.
exactly what I was like. Like tell a story. You
Yeah,
know, a
they
lot
do.
of people have to go around and speak to
Yeah,
share a story. It's like we don't have to
yeah,
do anything.
yeah. No, you're
We
right.
invite curiosity.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And I'm gonna write that down. In my curiosity. I like that. Well, I challenge
So
everybody else to do the same thing, and I hope that everybody got something great from your stories and your personality and your the way that you view your recovery. And I honestly think that all of us can take a little bit of that, of your happiness and positivity, and insert that in our lives. And man, it goes so far. It goes so
yeah,
far.
we can all
So
learn from everyone though.
yeah, no, I think it's a little bit of sprinkle from
Yeah.
all of us stroke survivors together and learning and building momentum. And I honestly think
Yeah,
that
I call it a
together,
snowball of a perpetual snowball of growth. So as it rolls and continues, it builds.
yeah, perfect. Yep. And we'll build off of each other. We just keep
100%.
learning.
Like, you've got to
Mhm.
support each other. I'm like, I know in the
Mhm.
past, like, there have been a lot of people wanting to look out. So I'm like, now it's like we got something to do.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Well, JC, thank you so much. And can you tell everybody where they can find you on social media?
Yes, and of course, thank you so much for having me. Yes, people can find me on social media. I'm on Facebook under Stroke of Luck. I'm on Instagram under JC Pride. And I'm on all. I'm pretty sure I'm on YouTube as Stroke of Luck too, but I need to post on it again.
Yeah,
So yeah, all those things, and I have no doubt that there are going to be many more platforms you will be able to find me on.
I love it. Well, hopefully we can do another interview soon and catch up again and talk about some different parts of your journey because
Hundred
I
percent.
I love hearing all about your perspective and everything that you've gone through to where you are now. So I think it needs to be shared.
Yeah, and
So
I love talking.
well, thank you so much, JC, and we'll talk soon. Everybody, thank you for, on behalf of Fat from Hope for Stroke Survivors, I am Brisa, and you can find me at Brisa Alfaro on Instagram and on IG. I mean, Instagram and Facebook. So I'm sure Fat will put all of our links below, and I hope to see you guys soon.
All
Bye,
right, amazing.
everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.